couple of days ago, I did some stuff from this album, Welcome to My Nightmare, which I think I said is one of the greatest albums of all time. And I'll arm wrestle anyone who disagrees on that, and I'm useless at arm wrestling, but well. Now I'm assuming that anyone on this planet who knows of that album and has it in their collection and treasures it, or loves Alice Cooper, which is most of us, pretty much all of us, knows who played guitar in it. It's Steve Hunter, the legend, and Dick Wagner, sadly no longer with us, the legend too. And these two were a guitar pairing that from heaven. You know, they're both incredible guitar players. They play all over that one, and probably just before that they had shaken the guitar world by playing guitar all over, and I mean all over, Lou Reed's Rock and Roll Animal. Right? So what more could you want other than more Alice Cooper albums? Well, they brought out the Alice Cooper live show, and I'll do some stuff from that. There's some fantastic guitar on that, and $1 Billion Babies, and Is It My Body and stuff. Amazing solos. But not long after that, Dick Wagner, who, as I say, was one of the guitar players, brought out this. Steve Hunter brought out a solo album called Swept Away, which is just amazing. And Dick brought out this, which in a sense would let you play them, and you and your friends could go, well, that must mean that's him. You know, I've done this with headphones. I bet you know it's Steve Hunter, and it's coming through there. So I don't know if this qualifies as, like, you know, nerdy anorak geek of the century, but I once spent a Friday night with a diary and I wrote down exactly who played on what, because their sounds on Rock and Roll Animal are very, very, very similar. You know, it's to me it's the most famous guitar quote of all time. It's Dan Baird of the Georgia Satellites was in the audience for the show, and he said, Les Paul, you know, a Junior and a Marshall, man, I got to get that sound. And you find out years to come, and Steve Hunter actually once told me myself, now you should never ever name drop. Elton John told me that once. But Steve Hunter actually said to me, wasn't it Marshall? He played through a high watt. But I think Dick used a 100 watt Marshall. They both used Junior specials or modified. That style of rock and roll guitar. So when this came out, the idea was, I think my friends and I had was, well, you know, you could listen to both albums and it would give you a clearer indication of who played what. There's a lovely booklet comes with this. It took me years and years. One of my friends actually put it onto CD from vinyl that I had, and then I eventually found an import copy of this. And there's Dick with his BC Rich Eagle, and there, you know, check that out. Wouldn't you love to have been at that show? That's Lou Reed with Dick. So I'll get to Steve's Swept Away album next, which has, you know, this incredible version of the Byrds' 8 Miles High. But Dick's has, like, he had a beautiful voice. You know, you'll know that from hearing the harmonies to, you know, You and Me by Alice. So it's I think it's slightly more vocal than Steve's album. They both have absolutely blistering guitar. Dick's has a song called Don't Stop the Music, which is a guitar solo that's just absolutely unbelievable. He has a standalone kick-ass solo at the start of side 2, if you listen to it on vinyl. But there's also a song that from day one I just loved called Small Town Boy. Right? I'm going to show you the parts in Small Town Boy. Now you may not be, this may not be of any interest whatsoever, but I like it, you know. And it you know, I'm sounding like a stuck record here, but it would be a great song to play in a bar. You know, there's nothing wrong with Brown Eyed Girl, you know, or whatever. But, you know, Small Town Boy is just a great song. Now, it's similar in a way to Zeppelin's Jamaica, you know, because it has prime chords, and it uses, just like, you know, Jimmy's. You know, Jimmy uses that on Jamaica, But Dick's Small Town Boy is slightly different. So the first thing you hear is this. And it runs through these prime chords. And through the chord we get summer nights in the city, look so good, you're looking so pretty. You can see it is a fairly conventional pop song, in the middle of which Dick plays a guitar solo that is absolutely incredible for a number of reasons that I'll get to in the next video, in my opinion. Now, the other thing about this song is it's got a lovely bridge. The chorus, the Small Town Boy bit, is where he goes. And you can see it's like almost a reggae. It's got that very sort of upbeat thing, right? And it goes to a bridge that is lovely. City life, you better move fast. Sorry. Take your chance, you gotta move fast. City life is like that. And then it's got this. And the next chord is a D diminished. Right? Now, I don't know if you're au fait with what a diminished chord means. Don't be put off by that or think, oh, that means it's got complex chords. A diminished chord basically just means that the notes are 3 frets up, 3 frets up, 3 frets up, 3 frets up, 4 3s are 12, it will then repeat itself. So D diminished, for example, would go like, starting again. See that? Right. So we want these notes to make that chord, So where's A flat? It's there. So there's your D diminished chord, right? So if you're looking for it, look for the note that your third finger. I've got my first finger, 10th fret of the G, my second finger, 11th fret of the A, my third finger, 12th fret of the D, and my pinky, 12th fret of the B. Now if you wanted to play them in ascending order, you'd play the D first, then F, then A flat, then B. So there's D diminished. So if you're looking for it, it's the name of the chord, rather than its name, being like, Eric or Lucille, the name of the chord is where your third finger sits. So if your third finger sits on that one, this is D diminished. That's really all that means. So when Dick plays, and then plays the D diminished chord, it's D diminished because it's coming off there, and then it's, and it does that, right? So that's the bridge that leads into Dick's guitar solo. So far we've done the intro. Yeah, that's like the introduction bit, and that's over which Dick sings summer nights in the city, right, etc. And then we've got the Small Town Boy bit. I'm a small town boy. There's a really nice A, F sharp minor, D when it comes to love. As I say, we then go to that bridge section to take your chance. You got to move fast. That D. Because City Life, well, it's like that. C sharp minor, but you know just what to do. F sharp minor, because you know I feel it too. And there's a D diminished, right? Because I'm a small town boy. this little fill. This is running down, you know, D major scale from the G to. And then A, F sharp minor, D. I'm a small town boy when it comes to love.